We will start with Mr. Pace. Currently, in the San Luis Valley, there is only a primary care clinic. Veterans with issues that cannot be handled by a primary care clinic must travel to at least Colorado Springs or Denver to get the care they need. How would you reform the current VA medical system to benefit rural areas?
Thanks, Keith. We have a solemn duty as a country to provide for our veterans. On the battlefield, we have a belief that we should leave no soldier behind. As a country, we should have a philosophy to leave no veteran behind. It is completely inexcusable that this valley was without a VA physician for a year. The fact of the matter is the VA is a big bureaucracy with a lot of red tape. We need someone who has a history and a background of working in a bipartisan, collaborative fashion like I have had in the state legislature to cut through that red tape and get to the crux of the issues. In this case, in the case of veterans health care, we have to make sure that we can allow for more veteran service officers. We should allow the VA to contract with local hospitals like the San Luis Valley Medical Center. And we have to have more mobile rural clinics. Because no veteran should have to drive hundreds of miles for basic care. And if they do have to drive hundreds of miles for something serious, they should be reimbursed with a real rate for their gas and for lost time at work. At the end of the day, what we need is someone who's going to be a strong voice for veterans. And I'm proud of my track record in the legislature fighting on veteran cemetery issues, my track record previously working on the Stolen Valor Act. And I'm going to take that same record and bring it to Congress and fight for veterans.
Representative.
Through the House of Representatives, and I know Mr. Pace will be pleased to hear this, we passed in bipartisan fashion through the House of Representatives, and I supported a piece of legislation to be able to address some of the concerns that our veterans currently have. It was not a fix-all, but it was going to be able to provide actual help for our veterans when it came to education, to health care, to their housing needs as well, to be able to reduce costs by being able to go to the local clinics and take advantage of telemedicine, to be able to explore a little more the costs of reimbursement going forward. I think what we need to look at is making a system that actually works for the veterans of the United States, rather than the veterans of the United States having to work to be able to get the services that they earned. This is something that I think when we look over into Durango, Colorado, we saw actually working to correct the problem. At the clinic over in Durango, simply by their definition, they're knocking down a wall. By creating that open access within that clinic, they're going to be able to provide many of the services that are necessary for that primary health care for those veterans, meaning that they aren't going to have to make that 4.5-hour drive down to Albuquerque to be able to get the services. I'm supporting what's called the Healthy Vets Act in Washington. I believe that this is a good piece of legislation. It will require that the Secretary of the VA have the opportunity to be able to actually contract with the local hospitals on a case-by-case basis, with the local doctors on a case-by-case basis, to be able to deliver quality medical care for our veterans right here at home. That needs to be our goal, to make this system work, not for big government, but for our veterans.
Thank you. And I apologize for not clarifying the time limit on that question. And unless you feel a real need, I don't think we're going to do rebuttals on